So I have like part 2 of this video of these shorts that I started to do, and I've had a hard time with this panel, this particular part especially. I'm not fully finished with this part, but as far as what I did, I decided to make I did start to hand sew in the end right here. I needed to because I kind of screwed up. Like I cut too much and I didn't give myself enough seam allowance to let the needle pass through the fabric without it halting and bunching up. I have a few thick layers in between the zipper and the fabric, as well as the fabric that is on top. So that kind of stopped the process on a certain end. Now, further down here, I've given myself a little bit of seam allowance, so it worked out. But yeah, so I had a time with this right here, but lesson learned. I should have known that already, but sometimes when you're creating something, you usually you forget about a lot of stuff, but I have to be mindful of that. So, lesson learned, but I'm practicing, so it doesn't really matter. It's a process, and practice makes perfect. So, it's all good. I'ma still rock these when I get them done. And yeah, so today we're going to be sewing this in right here. So the way I thought about doing this was I was going to so I have this layer right here sewed on top of the panel, and I had a hard time as well with figuring out how I wanted the way I just wanted it to look. Like I said in the last video, I didn't know what type of aesthetic I was going for, but I know it was just going to be something, freestyle, homemade type shit, But yeah. So I got a pocket here, and I also have the waistline right here. So the way I want this particular side of the panel to go, I want it to overlap kind of over the pocket. That way it kind of doesn't show it. And, I think it'll just be a nice touch. So I'm going to try to do that. I also have to remember that I have this waistline right here, so I have to do some sewing along this to keep this looking decent, which I think it will. And yeah, as far as the zipper itself down here, it's functional. It works. I didn't obstruct it at all. Once I get all this sewed down, I will clean it up and it'll start to come together a lot better. This is just one side right now. The other side, I hope it gets a lot better as far as the process is concerned. But yeah, this is where I'm at with it. So thinking about doing right now is, hopefully this is not a rough process with me sewing this side of the panel down. So here we go. I might have to chop this video up if it doesn't work out. So let's just give it a shot. Matter of fact, let me go and pin this down first, and then we'll get back to sewing. All right, so got it all pinned up. So now I'm going to try to tackle this. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to start this.
I hope I don't screw up. I'm gonna go slow. Matter of fact, let me reverse this. I hope I'm actually on the fabric. That would suck if I wasn't. Let me see. I don't think I am. I could be. I don't know. It's all good. We'll go back over that one if we're not. I gotta get over this part, this part right here though. This is like the important part. I left my guide up. Let's see what we can do. Alright, I'm gonna come along here and then go down. I'm gonna try to get in between the needle. So that's one key thing I found. I learned that one little tip is that your needle can pass through that part of the fabric or that part of the needle. For some reason, it just works. So, it's been working out so far. I know I'm probably gonna have some bunching, but I ain't tripping.
Here's the tricky part. So I'm getting closer to the pocket, and I might have fucking sewed the back of the other shit. Fuck. All right. Yeah. As you can see, that's the leg. This is the other side of the shorts, the inner part, and I fucked it up. I sewed right here. So yeah, I should have fully deconstruct these. I would have never had this problem. I was trying to be short, be quick, and you know, you can do that, but you know, I'm not an expert, so this is what I gotta deal with now, but it's all good. I don't think I sewed too far into it. I can get through this and get this out some kind of way.
Got it. Man, oh man. So, I did unseam part of this, but it's all good. As long as I got that out, I'm gonna have to go back and do that again. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I seam ripped the inner part of the shorts. So we'll be able to continue this panel without any of that other side getting snagged up.
All right, so just got done sewing the other side of the panel. As you can see, the line is a bit crooked, but I kind of don't care. It kind of works, you know, weirdly enough, so I'm not mad at it. I just made sure the line was coming from this end, making sure everything was intact, going all the way up to the other line of thread that I had stitched. So yeah, it kind of looks good. And as well, you know, see the pocket, it's right here anyway. So yeah, I still have the pocket, and it's covered up, so it works out pretty well. Now I gotta do this part, but I'll probably do it in another video. So yeah.